Hello, I'm here. Sorry, I'm
Yeah,
busy for my job.
yeah, it's okay. So you are working at this point in time?
Yeah.
Okay. So I hope you have at least 1 hour for our lesson toy, right?
Yes, yes,
Okay. So I know you are busy, and I know you can do that. Okay, you can allot 1 hour for your time for this one. Okay.
yes.
Okay. Now, actually, I already listened to your audio, and it was good. Okay, you were able to emphasize there about introducing yourself to others. You were able to state your name clearly, your age, your occupation, and then your ambition when you were a kid. Okay, just like me, you would like
Yeah,
to become a doctor also, but you
yes,
turned out to be an accountant.
yes.
Okay, me too. I want to become a doctor when I was a kid, but it turned out to be a teacher.
Yeah,
Okay, so we have the same ambition when we were kids. Okay, so now, actually, those were good. Okay, because you can be able to emphasize them. Okay, so keep that up, toy, and
yeah,
then you have to continue that one. Okay, because you will going to have a better future. You can be able to teach your children, right?
yes.
Have you able to teach your children already with the lesson about the ABC?
Have I hear with her one or two times. I remember two times.
Wow.
Yeah,
So you can use that one in teaching your children, okay?
yeah. But
Okay, so
for in the evening, she need to do homework, so no time to learn with me.
yeah, okay. Okay, so let me share with you my screen now, Toy.
Yes,
Okay, now, so we are on the continuation of our lesson. It's all about work, or it's all about the business. Okay, since you are a worker, or you are an employee, because you are an accountant, so it's very important for you to know what are the correct response or answer for
yes,
the following question. Let's say, for example, when you say, where do you work? Right? So, what do you think would be the correct answer for this question? Where do you work? So, these are different answers. Number one, you may say, can you read this one for me, Toy?
I work at
Yes. So we can say, I
I
work
work
at, and then we can
at
say, I work in.
in.
We can also say,
I
I
work for.
for. And we can also say,
I work with
yes. Now, we are
with.
going to know how are we going to say all of these things in different contexts.
Yes,
Okay? So, because if we are going to use at, if we are going to use in, for, with, it's in different contexts. We are not using them the same, okay? Meaning it has the so-called purpose in using the preposition.
position.
So these are what we called preposition. Okay? Now,
Okay.
I'm going to give you, I already sent you already the supplemental lesson, right? So I
Yes.
hope you were able to read them. Now, I'm going to show you again that supplemental lesson, okay, just for a while, so that we can be able to have okay, for a while. Mhm. So here, okay. I hope you can see this one, Toy. Can you see
Let's
this
see.
one?
Okay,
Yeah.
already see.
Yeah, very good. Okay. Now, so this one is, I call this one as supplemental lesson. So we are on the so-called preposition.
Position.
Can you say it again?
Preposition.
Yes. What is a preposition, Toy?
But the preposition is at, in, for, with.
Okay, so those are prepositions, meaning not only at, not only from, not only with, not only for, because
Yeah,
we have a lot. We have
a lot of.
many, yes,
Yes,
prepositions. Okay,
yes,
but we have rules to follow, just like this one. How to use the to, how to use the in, into, on, or onto. Okay,
yes.
take a look with this particular example, Toy. Can you read number one? She drove. Can you read this one, Toy?
She
Can
drove.
you see? Can you see my presentation?
Don't see.
Ah, you cannot. Okay, for a
Only
while.
see you.
Ah, sorry. Okay, I have to share with you the presentation. I'm so
Okay, I went
sorry.
out already, so you
Yeah,
can.
okay. So it's there. Okay, what about this one?
Okay, okay,
Yes,
okay.
okay. Now, can you
Let's
read?
see. Let's see now.
Can you see it? No.
No,
Oh no, what happened?
I just see. I just
Ah,
see.
you can see. Okay.
I
Here,
just
here.
see, but now not see. Yeah.
Why? Okay, for a while. Okay. Oh, what about this time now? Can you able to see now? Not yet.
And not.
Okay, this
Can
time.
can. Oh, just see.
Can you see that?
No,
No. Oh,
no,
what
no.
happened? Uh-huh. What happened to this one? Okay, for a while. I'll have to check it again. Okay, what about this one, Toy?
Just
No?
see, but yeah. Stop.
Okay. So, so it's okay. It's okay. Okay. So we are going to study them. Okay, one at a time. So I'll have to go back to. Do you have a copy in it? Do you have a copy? Because I already sent you this one.
Already, already written now. You can.
Okay, you have a copy.
Okay.
Okay. Now, can you read sentence number one for me, Toy?
Yes.
She drove.
To the car.
Yes, she drove
Row to the
to the
car.
store. Okay, now we use the word to if
Yes.
we are talking about direction. Okay, so if
Mm.
we are talking about direction, we have to use to. Okay, just like
Yes.
she drove to the store, meaning where is she going to go? She's going to go to
To the
the
car.
store. So it meaning it's the place or its direction. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Sentence number two. Can you read that for me, Toy?
Don't ring the doorbell. Come right into the house.
Yes. So don't ring the doorbell. Come right in to the house. So again, we use the to there in order for us to
Mm.
know the
In
direction.
or to.
Okay, into the
Mm.
house. Okay, we can also use
Sorry.
the word, yeah,
Sorry, sir. Into or in or to.
yeah, in or to the
Yes.
house.
Yeah.
Okay, and then
Okay.
we can also use drive on or to the grass and park the car there. Okay, so as you
Yes.
can see there, we use
Can
the to.
see.
Yeah, we can use the in, we can use the on. Okay, in
Huh.
order for us to tell
Hmm.
direction. Okay?
Yes.
Yes. So, do you understand now?
Understand.
Yeah.
After direction, we for the direction we can give
Yes.
to in
In or
on.
on.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, next. At this time, if we are talking about time, in pointing time, we have to use the in. Just like, for example, he reads in the evening. Okay?
Yeah.
When he reads
In
in
the
the
evening.
evening. Very good. So we are telling time, right? We can also say he reads in the morning if you are reading in the morning,
Yeah.
right, Toy? Or we can also say he reads in the
The
afternoon.
afternoon.
Yes, if we are talking about or if you are reading in the afternoon, okay? Another
Yes.
one. Can you read the sentence number 2, Toy?
The weather is cold in the December.
Yes, we are going to say also in if we are talking about month, name
Yes.
of the months, just like
Yes.
December or January, February, so on and so forth. So we have to use the preposition in,
In.
right? Okay. And number three, Toy.
She was born in 1996.
Okay, when do we use the in? If we are talking about
Time.
the year,
A
okay? Just
year.
like
Yeah.
in 1996. Okay, I have to say I was born in 1974. That's
Mm.
why we have to say in 1974 because we are talking about the year, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, next. When do we use the in again? Can you
We
read? Yes.
we break list in the phone.
Okay, so we rake leaves in the fall. Okay, so if we are talking about time for, just like for example, autumn, summer, fall, so we are going to use the in. Okay?
Oh,
Yeah, it's
season.
the time
For
season.
the
That's
season.
correct. Very
Okay.
good. So we use the in if we are talking about seasons of the year, just like fall, just like summer. So those are seasons of the year. So therefore we have to use the in. Okay. Question, Toy.
Yes.
When do we use the preposition in? We use in
In for the time.
time.
Same
Okay, all of those are time. But
time in days.
yeah, time of the days. Okay, what
Yeah.
else? The month,
The month, year,
year, and
and
season.
season.
Very good. Okay, very good. Okay, next. When do we use the at?
At.
Yes.
We with the time but for the
Yes.
uh time of days. Time
Yes.
of days.
Yeah, we can also use at with the time of the day, right? Let's say,
Yeah.
for example, at 8 o'clock, at noon, okay, or at night. Okay, instead of saying in the evening, actually, when we are going to use in, when we are talking about particular time of the day, we have to put the da. So in the evening, in the afternoon, in the morning. But if we are talking about this one, we don't
I
have the
think
da.
S the
Okay?
S in
Yes.
for uh clearly time.
Yes. So we are talking about, of course, it's all about the time. Like
Mm.
8, but we do not use the just like for example here, right? The in the evening, but here I go to work at 8. We do not use the anymore. Okay, so I go to work at 8.
The
We do not say I go to work at the 8 because it's wrong, right?
uh
We do not
yeah
say
mean is if you at you don't use the.
Yes, we do not use the da anymore. Just
Oh,
like, for
understand.
example,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now I
so he eats lunch at noon. We do not say he eats
yeah,
lunch at the noon because it's wrong.
yeah,
Okay?
yeah. Understand. Yeah.
Yes. And then she often goes for a walk at night. We do not say she often goes for walk at the night. It's wrong.
Mm,
Okay?
okay.
Okay. And another one, they go to bed at midnight. Okay. Next, when do we use the on toy? We use the on?
For for the weekday.
Okay, if we are talking about
For
the
the
name of the days, okay,
yeah,
like
the name of the day.
Mondays, Saturdays, okay. So if the name of the days, we are going to use the preposition on.
Yeah.
Okay? Okay, next. To refer to extended time, use the preposition since, for, by, during, from, to, from, until, with, so on and so forth. Okay, just like for example, when we say, I have lived in Minneapolis since 2005. So we are talking about extended time, meaning it's longer. Okay, you are staying, you are living in that particular place for a long period of time. That's why we have to say since.
Yes.
Okay? Since
Mm,
when? It's since 2005. Okay?
mm,
And then we can also say, he will be in Toronto for 3 weeks. So we are going to use for instead of 3 weeks. Okay? Because if you're going to say he will be in Toronto of 3 weeks, it's wrong. It should be for because we are talking about extended time, meaning longer time. Okay, we are
yeah.
not talking of the day only, but we are talking about long time. Okay?
Yeah.
Then she will finish his homework by 6. She will finish her homework sometimes between now and 6. That's why it's longer time because she will be finishing her homework by 6 p.m. maybe. Okay? So it's long time. Okay? Then
Yes.
she works a part-time during the summer. And then so on and so forth. From and to, from, until, within. Okay? Now, do you have questions with this one, Toy? Actually, this
No.
are just very, very simple to understand. We have to
Yeah.
use them in the sentence later, okay?
No. 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 No action now. No
Okay.
question now. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
okay.
understand. Yeah.
You understand now. Okay,
Yes.
so in, at, on, inside, then so on and so forth. Okay, I'll go back to our slides now for a while. Okay, I have to share with you my screen. Okay, so I'll go back to this one now. Now, specifically, we are going to talk about with this one toy, huh?
Mm.
When are we going to use again the at? Okay, take note of
We
this.
we give yeah.
Yeah,
You give with the time days.
yeah,
Time day. Yeah.
yeah. But if we are answering questions such as where do you work, it's
Yeah.
different to say. Like, for example, I work at. Now, remember, we use preposition at if
I
we
work
are,
at
yeah, if you
Supermarket.
are saying the name of the company.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to say, I work at, so let's say, for example, I am working at Hello English. So I have to say, I work at Hello English. Okay, then where do you work? So you have to say, I work at, what is the name of your company, Toy?
Supermarket company.
Yes, so you have to say, I work at that particular company.
Yes.
Okay? Okay. When do we use the word I work for? The word I work for. If we are talking about, it could be a company also, or it could be a person. Two things, huh? If we are
Yeah.
talking about of I work for, there are two things to remember. One, if you are again working for a company, name of the company also, or
Yeah.
it could be a name of person. Let's say, for example, I work for Toy. Let's say, for example, because I am your tutor, so I have to say, I work for Toy, right? Okay. Then you are working with me also, you can also say, I work for Hargie. Okay, let's say for
Mm.
example, where do you work? So you're going to say the name of the person, or you can say I work for the name of the company, or I work for Hello English as tutor. You got it? So again, work at place or work at company,
Yes.
work for company or person.
Yes.
Okay, next. When you say work in, okay, we have a lot, Toy. When you say
Mm.
work in, we can say a place. Let's say, for example, I work in an office. So it's a place, right? You are working in an office. So it's a place. Or you can say, I work in school. It's a place, right? Okay. Can you tell me now, Toy, where do you work using the in? I work in.
I work in accountant department.
Yes, okay. You can also use that one in using the in. You can also say it's a department.
Yeah.
Okay? So let's like for example, I work in an accounting department, right?
Accounting. Oh, sorry.
Yes, okay. Accounting
Accounting.
department. Yeah, okay. So accountant is your work, and then
Okay. Yeah.
the department that you are
Accounting.
working
Okay.
is accounting department. Okay? Okay. When do we use again the in? I work in. If we are talking about city or country. Let's say, for example, I work in Vietnam. Okay?
Yeah.
Or what is the particular city you are working, Toy? What's the name of your city?
I work in Ho Chi Minh City.
That's it. So I work in that city. Okay? Then we can also say, just like you are saying a while ago, you are working in the department of accounting department.
Yes.
Or you can also say a general area, just like, for example, I work in finance, I work in accounting, I work in, let's say, for example, director's office. So it could also be like that. So that is what we call general area. Okay?
General area.
Yeah.
Mean the place you
Yes,
work.
the place that you are working. Let's say, for example,
Ah.
you are working in finance. I work in finance. I work in accounting firm or accounting. Okay,
Ah.
I work
Accounting.
in medical research. I work in consulting. So it's a specific
Ah.
or
Understand.
general uh, place. Okay, or area. Okay.
Mean I can give. I work in accounting department
Yes.
or I work in accounting.
Yes.
It's okay.
Okay. It's okay. So I
Okay.
work in accounting, or you can say I work in accounting department. So that
Yeah.
is also correct. Okay.
Understand.
Now, when
Yes.
do
Yes.
we use the with now? I work with if we are talking about things or people. Okay. Let's say, for example, I work with computers. So you are working with computers
Computers.
because computer is
Mm.
a thing or computers are things. So you can say, I work with computers. Okay?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
you can also say, it's people. Okay? Let's say, for example, I am a teacher and I work with special needs children. So where I am working with the special needs department or children. So I work with the special children.
Yes.
Okay? Okay. Now, can you tell me now an example of this particular answer, Toy? Okay, let's say for example, I am going to ask you,
Yeah.
Toy, where do you work? Give me an example, specific examples of this. Using at first. I work at,
I work at Pharma company.
very good. It's the name of the company. When we say I work in,
I work in Pharma company.
okay, in I work in. When we are talking about the in, it's the place, it's the country, or
Oh,
it's the city, or it's the department, or it's a general area. Okay,
yeah.
again,
I work in Ho Chi Minh City.
yes. Or you can also use the department where you are working, like I work
I
in.
work in accounting department.
Yes, that's right. Okay. Or you may say, I work in accounting.
Yes.
Okay. Without the department, it's also correct. Okay. What about when you say, I work for?
I work for Pharma company.
Okay, I
Yeah.
work for, it's a company. It could also be company. It could also be a person. Okay? Let's say, for
Yes.
example, the name of your boss is, let's say, for example, the name of your boss is Mr. Smith. So you are going to say, I work for
Mr.
Mr.
Smith.
Smith. Okay? Because for there, a preposition for can be used to say the name of your boss, or it's the name, or you can also say it's the name of the company. Let's say, for example, I work for Hello English, okay, at Mr. Smith's office. We can also
Yes.
say that, okay?
Ah, mm.
Okay, now, did you understand now how do we
Yes.
use, how to answer where do you work? Yes. Again,
Yes.
what are the answers if we are going to ask you, where do you work? There are four answers. What are those? I work at,
I work in. I
okay,
work for. I work with.
very good. Okay, so if someone would ask you this one toy, you can be able to answer them now. Okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It's very, very important to take note the use of the at, the use of the in,
In.
the use of the for, and the use of the with. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have questions with this one, Toy?
Yeah. No question.
Okay, no more. And then moving on now. So what I have said, preposition is a noun. We can found, or we can be found the preposition before a noun. Okay? Let's say for example, here again, she drove to the store. So we can see the two there before a noun store. Okay? And then so on and so forth. Okay? So moving on now. Okay, so we already used this one now. So when we say I'm responsible for and then plus the verb ing. Let's say, for example, where do you work? What do you do? So you are going to say, how are you going to say that? Let's say, for example, um, where do you work? What are your
I,
answer again?
I work.
Work
I work
in.
at. I work in Pharma company.
Yes, okay. And then, aside from in, we can also say I
In.
work at, okay,
I work at. I work in.
okay. I work at, give me an example of I work at again. I work at,
I work. I work at Pharma company.
okay. I work in,
I work in Pharma company.
okay. Because when we say in, it could also be a
I work
place.
in Ho Chi Minh City.
Yes, it's a city, or it could be a is it could be a department, okay? And then
Yeah.
I work with.
I work with computer.
Yes, okay, because you are using computers, so you can say I work with computers, or you have to say the name of your boss or the name of the person where you work, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, how do we say, okay, I'm going back here again, Toy, huh? I have to go back to my other slide now. I hope you can be able to see now so that you can be able to know this one. Okay. I hope you can see this.
No.
You cannot? What
Yes.
happened? Okay. But anyway, you have a copy, right?
Can.
Yeah, you have a copy.
Can.
So
I have.
just follow the copy now.
Yeah.
Now, so these are the things I work at, I work in, I work for, I work with. So we all know already how to use them, right? Now, what if we are going to say, how do you or how do you answer if you don't have a job? So what would be your answer? There are two
Compare
things.
job.
If you don't have a job, let's say for example,
I am unemployed.
yes, so I am unemployed. So the first thing or the first answer that you will going to do or you're going to answer with that particular question is I'm unemployed.
Employed.
Okay? Because
Yes.
at this point in time, you don't have a job. You are
Yes.
unemployed. Now, you can also say, there's another one. You can also
Sorry.
say,
Sorry. I have phone. Sorry.
sure.
Hello.
Okay, the other one is I'm between a job at the moment. Okay? So the first one, you have a
Yes.
pause. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Listen.
Ready now. Okay. So the first one, you have to say I'm unemployed. The second one, I'm between a job at the moment.
Yes.
Okay, meaning you're about to apply. So you don't have a job now. So therefore, I'm between a job at the moment. That when we are talking about I'm between a job at the moment, you are trying to find for a job.
Hmm.
Okay, Toy? Okay.
Yes. I
Now,
can. I read. I thought I'm between job at the moment. How about I'm busy now?
you are busy now.
No, no. I ask you same or not same with between job at the moment. If I reply I'm busy now, can I not?
We cannot. We
Ah, yeah.
cannot, okay? Because the correct answers would be I'm unemployed. Or second, I'm between a job at the moment. Or maybe this is what you're going to do if you are a self-employed. Okay? If you have a job, but that is just only self-employment, or you are having a self-employed, you are just doing something at home, so you can say,
Ah.
I'm self-employed. Okay? Let's say, for example, how do you do for a living? So you have to say, I'm self-employed. No, you are not working in the company, but you are working by yourself. Okay, so that
Yes.
is I'm self-employed. Or if you have a small business, you have to say I own a small business. Okay, or you can also say I own a graphic design company. Okay, or whatever company is that, you can also say that. Okay? Now, questions. This is the question toy. What do you do for living? Let's say, for example, you are self-employed. So what are you going to say with that particular question? What do you do for a living, toy? Okay. How to answer? If you are self-employed, you have to say,
Um, how do you do for living?
I'm,
I'm self-employed.
yes, so I am self-employed. Okay, you have to say that, huh?
Mm,
I'm self-employed. Okay.
yeah,
Another one, if you own a business, okay, how to say that? What do you do for a living, Toy?
I own a small business.
That's correct. Okay, let's say for example, you own a store, small store. So what are you going to say?
Small store.
Yes, so I own,
I own a small store.
yes, a small store. Okay. What,
Store.
yeah, what
Store.
store? Can you say it again?
Yeah.
Store.
Store.
That's correct. Okay, small.
Small.
Okay, small store. Okay. What if you have a let's say for example, accounting firm. You are the boss. So what are you going to say? What do you
I
do for a living, Toy? So I own mm, my accounting firm. Okay? Or company. You are going to say that, huh? If you own the company. Okay? So you have to say, I own an accounting firm. Or you can say, I own an accounting company. Okay? Meaning,
own. Yeah.
you have an accounting firm or an accounting company. That's why you are going to say, I own an accounting company. Because you
Yes.
are the owner. Okay, that's why you have to say, I own an accounting company. Okay,
Mm,
okay, so that is how we are going to answer for that question. It also the same when we say, what do you do? So you can also say, I I'm self-employed if you are self-employed. If you don't have a work, how to answer them? How to answer them, Toy? What
mm.
do you do for a living, Toy? If you are unemployed, how to answer?
Um, I'm unemployed.
Yes, okay. Or
Um, I'm between job at the moment.
yes, or between job
At
at
the
the moment.
moment.
Okay, so that means you are finding a job at this moment. That's why you have to say I'm between a job at the moment. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. But if you own a small
Between.
business, it's different also. If you are a self-employed, it's different also. Okay, Toy?
Yes.
Okay. Now, we have vocabularies to understand, right? In order for us to be um, a member of that particular company, we should have to understand them. Okay? What are those? What are those vocabularies? So when we say hired, you are officially accepted, right? Okay.
Okay.
When you applied from your work as an accountant, did you apply, Toy?
Yes.
Okay. And then after you applied, they accept you, right?
It's employer.
Yes. So you are now hired because you are accepted in the accounting firm. So we call that one as hired. Can you say that?
Hire.
Hired.
I don't understand your name.
Okay, hired. Okay, this is it, huh? I'm going to type it on the chat box.
Mm.
Okay, you have to say
I
hired.
hire. Hire when I understand.
Yeah.
I say hire when uh the I apply.
Yes. So hired means officially accepted. So you applied for a job and
a
then the
job
yes, and then the company accept
array. Yeah,
you.
accept
Yeah,
me. Yeah.
so that is hired.
Mm.
Okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
understand.
The next one. So when we say employee, so what does it mean?
Employee is mean the uh, after I read I signed the labor contract with the company. We I am is employee. Employees.
Yes. Okay. So you became an employee. Okay.
Yeah,
Meaning
yeah,
the worker. Okay. So
yeah.
all of the workers, you, including you, and then others working in your company, they are called employees. So if
Yeah,
we are talking only of one, employee. But if we are talking of more than one, employees.
yeah.
Okay? Okay.
Employee.
Now, the company now becomes your
Employer.
employer. Very
Yeah.
good. So the company is now your employer and you are the employee. Okay. What about others? The other employees, we call them as your
Co-worker.
okay, or other term for coworker is we have to say
The,
colleagues.
they are another other employees.
Okay, so other employees we have to say colleagues. Can you say that?
Colleagues.
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 Okay, so colleagues is one of those employees, your
Yes.
co-workers.
Mm.
Okay?
Yes.
Okay. Now, who is responsible for your work or the person above you is the person above you.
Supervisor.
Yes, it's your supervisor or we call them as boss.
Boss.
Okay, so the person above you, which is responsible for your work, is your supervisor or your boss. Can you say supervisor?
Supervisor.
That's correct. Okay, now since you are hired, you became an employee, and the name of the company would be your employer. Since you are working, you receive a regular money. So what do we call that regular money that you receive from the company? We call that as
Earn a salary.
yes. So um, we do not say, other term for that, we do not say, give the salary. It's not. But we
Mm.
have to say, earn a salary. So the correct verb to use would be earn.
Yeah.
Okay? So we have to
Mm-mm.
say, I earn a salary. Do not say, I get a salary because it's wrong. So it should
Mm.
be, I earn a salary. Okay?
Yes.
So
Yes.
when we are talking about salary, that means the money that you receive regularly for your work from the company. Okay?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, now, if your salary has an increase, meaning it has an additional earnings that was given to you by the company, we call that one as
Pay raise.
yeah, it's a pay raise, or we call that as a raise.
A raise.
Okay, meaning it's an increase. Okay?
Mm.
Okay. And then you are now on your supervisory position from an accountant, let's say for example, accountant 1, and you will be going to move up to become a supervisor now. So what do we call that? Moving up as an increase and in importance authority from your company. So we call that one as
Promotion.
promotion. Okay, so you have to remember that all of the
Promotion.
employees will be promoted. Okay, promoted from the lowest rank going to the highest rank. Okay, so that
Yes.
is promotion. Next, since your since your supervisor, since your boss, they've seen how you work because you are very diligent worker or employee from their company, they give you an extra money for the work well done. So what do we call that extra money? Except for your salary. So what is that extra money that they give you? Because you work well in
It's
your
the
company. So we say that is
bonus.
a bonus. Did you receive
Bonus.
bonus? Yes. Have you
Can you repeat for me?
bonus?
Bonus.
Okay, bonus.
I
Okay.
on I always say bonus.
It's an S. Bonus. Okay.
Bonus.
Have you
Yeah,
received
yeah.
a bonus from your
I will
company,
train. Yeah.
Toy? Yeah. Have you received a bonus from your company?
Bonus.
Yeah.
Bonus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I will train
Yeah.
because I speak
You
wrong.
pronounce it as bonut, huh? But
Bonus.
not
Yeah.
the it's bonus because it's an S, okay? So that's
Yeah.
a bonus. Okay, next. Now, if a certain employee has been employed, accepted officially, he or she will be also be what? She will be also be going to be out of the company. That means the company forces him or her to leave the job. That is the opposite of hire. That is
Fry.
fire. Very good. But of course, do not say fire
Fine.
is like a fire that is burning, huh? That is not what we mean because when we say fire, the fire here we are talking about is the opposite of hire. When someone is hiring you, you will become an employee. But if the company found that you are not working well with your position, they will going to fire you with your company. Okay? Because you are
Yes.
not doing your work well. So therefore, they will going to fire you. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. Next. What about if the company, because they have a neutral reasons like they wanted to reduce its size of their employees because their business is not going it's losing, okay, it's losing. So what are they going to do? What do we call that particular term? That is, if you lose your job because of some reasons like reducing its size, we call that one as,
Last up.
okay, we have to
Laid
say,
up.
yeah, that's correct. It's
Laid
laid
up.
off. Okay. So that is laid off. Okay.
Laid up.
Yes, that's laid off. Okay.
Yeah.
And then, if ever Toy, you will reach at the age of 65, and then you will going to enjoy the benefits being an employee, but you need to what? You need to stop working now because you are at the right age for you to what? To enjoy the benefits now. So what do we call that one?
Retire.
Yes, so you were going to retire from your work. Actually, most of the countries, just like the Philippines, our retirement age would be 65. I don't know in your country, but here in the Philippines, retirement age would be 65. In your country, what age?
City. I remember city. For the woman city. For the now last in the 2020 I study for the play contract là for the contract law.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they
Mm.
ask will agree to 20 for city now city I will read to
60.
62.
62. So
Yeah, yeah.
it's what is this
I will
one?
change to it.
Yeah, it's early compared here in the Philippines, okay?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
here in the Philippines at the age of 65, whether you like it or not, you will going to stop from work, okay?
yeah,
Because you will going to receive money for that. Maybe we can say it's a bonus because you were able to finish your term. So we
yeah.
call that one as retirement. Okay? So that
That's right.
becomes retire. Okay? Yeah. So now you all know, Toy, what are the different terms or terminologies? Okay? We call them as terminologies or terms. Okay?
Term, yeah.
Yeah. Can you say term?
Term,
Terminologist.
terminology.
That is correct. So terminology means one. Terminologists means more than one. Okay?
Mm.
Okay, that means it's the meaning. Okay? Terminologist is also like vocabulary. Okay? Okay, so we all know now the vocabularies of the work or job. Okay? Do you have questions with this, Toy?
Can you write for me the knowledge? I heard words I don't remember exactly what.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
don't you
I don't
worry.
remember.
Yeah, don't you worry. We have to what it was one to remember them. I'm going to give you maybe a hint on how to do that, huh? So don't
Yeah.
you worry. We're going to do that one. There on the
Text
note.
technology. I remember now.
Yeah. Okay. So
Long time I
retire.
did. I don't hear English, so I hear. Oh, okay, 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 but I don't remember how I can write.
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
Uh,
actually,
understand now.
yeah.
Remember now.
Okay. Now, aside from that, now the sad part of working is if you wanted to leave your job, right?
Mm,
Because you are not satisfied with your salary. You are not satisfied with what you earn. So therefore you wanted to quit. You wanted to leave for your job. So there are three things to remember if you wanted to quit, if you wanted to leave, or if you wanted to resign for your job. So, what are those three verbs that we can be able to use? How are we going to say it to our boss? Let's say, for example, you wanted to quit now. So, number one, you have to say, I'm going to quit
with my
my
job,
job. Number two,
I am going to leave my job.
yes. And lastly,
I am going to resign from my job.
yes, so I am going to resign. Now, when you
From
say quit, that's informal, okay? That is not so formal when you say, I quit my job. But when you say, I'm going to resign my job, that is formal. Then when you say, I'm going to resign or I'm going to leave rather is very formal. But when you say I'm going to resign from my job, it's either formal or informal. Okay? So which do you think would be the most appropriate one, Toy?
mm,
The most okay to use? Do you think quit, leave, or resign?
for week in the formal
Okay.
resign formal
Yeah.
and leave
So it's more formal when you
on
say,
the
I'm going to resign. Actually, resign is also formal and it could also be informal. Okay. So you can use the word, I'm going to resign from my job because it's formal. Okay. When you say
foreman.
leave, yeah, when you say leave, it could also be formal when you say leave. Then you can also do that one. Let's say, for example, I'm going to leave my job. But do not say, I'm going to quit my job because that is not formal. That is not formal to say to your boss, huh? So what are the formal ones? So you are just going to say leave or you are going to say resign, okay? But do not say I'm going to quit, okay? Yes. So the I'm going to quit, maybe you can say that one to your coworkers but not to your
Yes.
boss, huh?
Mm, mm.
If you wanted to leave, what are you going to do? You have to write a formal letter of resignation. You know what is a formal letter of resignation, Toy?
Letter,
Yeah.
explanation, I know.
It's a letter that stating that you need
Stating
to resign. That
for
is
the
a
reason for
yes. Like it's a, for example, you are going to say
and thank for
there.
your time.
Yeah, so
Thank
you're
for
going to say
your
thank you
help.
so much for
You
your time. Thank you so
and for
much
your
for the time
help.
that you spent to me, teaching me all of the things.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I need to leave my job now due to the reason that I have a very I have an offer from the other company. Okay, you can say like that in
Mm.
the letter of resignation. Okay. Okay. So that's
So
it now. Huh, Toy?
I have a question.
Sure.
Yeah, I see in the example now. You weekly no after weekly I don't see from, but for resign I see from from.
From.
Mm,
Yeah, okay. So we have to say, I'm going to resign from my job
mm,
because you're working in that certain company. So it should be from my job because presently you are working. Okay, from your job.
mm.
Okay, so that is we have to say from. Okay,
How
because
how about if I
you're going to
I
say,
I say I'm
I'm
going
going to
to resign
resign
my job, not
my job. It's
from.
also okay. It's also okay. It could also be accepted when you say,
Mm,
I'm going to resign my job. That's
mm.
correct also.
Ah,
Okay?
yeah.
But to make it more correct, to make it more complete, you can say, I'm going to resign from my job. Okay?
Yes. Mm,
Yeah, so it's more complete than you say I'm going to resign my job, but that is also correct. Okay? That is
yes.
also correct. Okay? Okay,
Okay.
what else?
No, nothing.
Okay, I'm going to have a questions with you. Okay? Can
Yeah.
you answer me? What do you call if you are now accepted officially in that particular company? What do we call that?
Pardon?
What do we call if you are officially accepted in the company?
Co-worker,
If you are an
employee.
employee,
Yeah.
but if you are just applying and then the boss accept you.
Hire.
Yes, so we call that one as hired. Second
Yeah.
question before we're going to close our class today. What do we call a money that you receive regularly for your work?
Ah, I say earn a salary.
Money or a salary. Okay,
Yeah.
earn a salary is the most correct one. Last one, Toy. Okay, if you have an increase in importance and authority, meaning you're going to move up your position, that is
Promotion.
very good. See, you know it.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, so that's enough for today, Toy. We'll see you again. When will
Yes.
be our next meeting? That's going to be on. When will be our next meeting, Toy?
Next Monday.
Yeah, on Monday next week. Okay. So
Yeah.
thank you so much. We're going
Yeah.
to finish our lesson next Monday. And I want you to remember all of these things. Is it okay if I'm going to give you short quiz for this one? Okay, or a
Yeah.
test, little test, a short test, so that you can be able to remember them. Okay?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. See you. See
Thanks
you.
for your time.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye
Bye-bye.
bye.
Bye-bye.